Greeting, folks on YouTube. I'm just going over my plans as I wait for my yogurt to finish of my garden last year and what I'm going to be doing next year. So last year, and by put away I mean canning and freezing, these are my numbers. Peaches don't count because I went and picked them, but I put away 5 pounds in the freezer. Plus I made 8 jelly jars. Corn, same thing, wasn't mine, sadly. But the tomatoes, I put away 8 pounds. Actually, no, I put away 10 pounds of tomatoes, just blanched and diced. And that's off of 5 plants, which isn't too bad for 5 plants, honestly. 8 is what we had in 2019, and we were just shy of making it until we got tomatoes, fresh tomatoes in the garden. I only did 1 sweet bell pickle, or 1 pint, 2 quarts of pickles. That was on 5 plants, but I had a problem with cucumbers this year since the chipmunks and stuff kept digging them up. And then after I got them to go, they were just very slow about it. So I'm gonna double my plants this time. It's my Shed War Newts. Excited about that still. Can't get over it. I've just been going through everybody's videos. But this is my plan for this year. I have a lot more garden space. This bed along the south side of my house has been finished, which if you see my videos, you'll see that. I have a new terracing here, which, again, the partner's like, hey, you can do veggies. And now he's like, hey, I'd rather the food stay in designated gardens. So I'm doing both. Till I get permanent plants there that we both agree on, I'm planting vegetables, and he's just going to deal with it. And then this bed is technically only complete up to like here. But I'm going to finish it off now that we've got a fence almost complete. I'll have all kinds of stuff here. And then 2. So that's, I literally don't have enough plants to go in here. But, so details. My trellis, like I used this year, is going in. I'm going to have my cucumbers, early girl peas on it first. And then I'm attaching strings. So, let's see. Everybody has, I'm sure, seen people stringing up tomato plants. It's like this newfangled way of trellising a tomato, right? Sorry for that. Well, wrong. Apparently, where's it at? There it is. It's been happening for a very long time. It's called a skyhook, according to this book from 1980, 70, 82. So this book's older than me. This is one of those stacks I have to go through. But, yeah, skyhook. They say, down here, tie it to the base of the plant, which if you do that, you'll want to do it loosely. Otherwise, it'll girdle the plant on you. I've seen people tie the string to a stake and stake it right next to the tomato, and then just, as it grows, wrap it around that string. So I'm using that technique for more than tomatoes. I'm going to try to find a way to do it to my tomatoes up here. There we go. Details. And that's spring down here. I've got my tomato trellisy thing, and I'm going to try to do a string of some kind here, because I'm putting in 8 tomatoes this year. Did I write it down? No, but oh well. I'm putting in 8 tomatoes. Oh, here they are. See, I'm totally not organized. But 8 to 10. I love my black from Tula, so that is definitely happening again. My cherry tomatoes, if they come up. I like those cute little volunteers, so hopefully they come up. And they'll be coming over here next to my horse trough. There's 2 hooks on my horse trough. The red house trellis for the blackberries, there's a hook on either end so that I can grow things off of it. I'll be doing strings from that hook and staking it into the ground. So early spring, I'll have my purple peas, and then mid-May, I'll be transplanting my cherries. Should my cherries not come up because of all of the trellising near where they were volunteering themselves, I will probably plant a different cherry. Hold on, yogurt's done. And then my black from Tula, even though they don't need a trellis, I'm gonna be putting on that string, the sky. Making him up to play some puzzles. Okay. So, I'm gonna put the black from Tula on my sky hooks anyway.
Mommy,
And then early girl peas first thing. And then this is where I'll be putting the pawpaws. Oh, sure. And I'll be putting sunflowers along this fence line. So as soon as you walk into the gate, which I sadly drew in the wrong spot, the gate will open into the yard.
Mommy,
So you'll come between the gate and the fence,
Mommy,
and you'll have a line of sunflowers.
banana.
Yes, B is for banana. I'm going to grow green beans up my sunflowers. And then butternut squash is going to be at the feet of all of these guys. So early spring, sadly, it'll be very bare. But come late summer, it should be very full, I'm hoping. You know, crossing fingers. Also on this side.
Oh
So starting out, I'll have radishes in here. And then I'll plant cantaloupe for the summer. And then once the cantaloupe comes out or is getting ready to come out, I'll be planting alfalfa for fall as a cover crop. I don't know how many seeds I have for alfalfa, so it might not cover all of it, but I'll be saving as many seeds as the chipmunks will allow me. But a side note, I have radishes in here right now, and they look like they're going to overwinter. So I might save seeds. I'm going to have to, as I have noted here, create seed screens for isolation. I have a few plants that are overwintering, and they will cross-pollinate with other things that I won't want them to. So I need to isolate them so the bees only access what I want when I want. But I'll be getting, hopefully, some amaranth, which I'll be planting tall on the back next to the dead tree in the fence line. And then at their feet will be my ground cherries, which will be all next to my raspberries. So that'll be fun. And then on my terrace, we're going to get some sweet alyssum. I think that's how you say that. That's a ground cover. This is where the pavers are and where he grills. So I don't want anything that'll get in his way, that'll touch his elbows and stuff. And I've got my sage here and then a big pot. I planted a snapdragon that has pretty colors that I like and some tulip bulbs. So that's kind of non-plantable. I'll be planting my black beans, and then Dan wants 3 foot tall bushes here. And that makes a perfect place for my aronia, which will get at least 3 feet tall. Might have it get taller, or we might keep it shorter. And then I have a rose of Sharon, which instead of putting out front like I initially planned, I think I will put there to make prettiness. And this bed goes into a rock garden where we're going to have magnolia trees. And this child does not want me to do any of this. We just won't mention how spoiled my child is to having my full attention all the time. I can't get anything done. Because I'm constantly called to action. You're not playing with tape, love. Sorry. Alright, so... Oh, fun note. This bed connects to this bed via gate. But I have to redo this corner. We had to take it out so that we could put the posts for the fence in. Well, once I get that redone, we're going to plant a tall oriental grass. How about you color on it instead? And since all of my peppers did well over here, that's where they're staying. They did so much better than in the raised bed. It gets hot and stays warm, but it stays wet. Oh, yeah. Then I'm growing white pumpkins, so they'll be at the feet of all of these guys. And I'm going to do corn again this year, since I have better soil in this garden bed. I'm hoping my corn does better. And pie pumpkins will be at their feet. So that should keep the moisture in. And I may grow green beans up the corn as well. So do kind of a Three Sisters thing. I've never had luck with that. The beans usually take the corn down. So maybe just bad corn, weak corn, I don't know. If I am chosen for the City Steads seed packet, I might grow their garlic right there. And he just put out a YouTube short film planting garlic in the snow, so obviously it's not too late to plant garlic. And then of course I planted milkweed, my peach tree, and I'm going to be planting basil around my peach tree. But this is where I'm running into problems. The raised beds. I think I have enough seeds to fill this one, and this will be my early spring. Let's see. Last year's last frost date was April 30th. I need to double check that that is close to what it'll be this year. And if that's the case, this is what will be happening April 15th. These garlic have been planted already, so fall garlic, and notated to myself that these will all be seeds that I plant in. I'm also going to put up all of my trellising for my mid-May gardening. That way I'm ready. I know these things are planted around because they'll still be here when I put my tomatoes in. They won't come out till maybe July is when they'll be ready to harvest. So you can probably read it. I don't have to go through. This squiggly is where I was going to put my tomatoes, but it only holds like 5 tomatoes. So I need to reconfigure how that trellis is going to go, which comes into this one, my trellis. And then I only put what's new. New would be beans, tomatoes. Hold on. And this is kind of the layout I'm going to do for the strings. Mainly because I don't want to shade anything out under here, like say my cucumbers or the zucchini, which I'll be planting mid-July. I'll be planting it under here. And based on when my fall garlic came out last year, or this year rather, mid-July is when I harvested it, so I'll be planting more basil, which I'll have already started in my patio. This year I also plan on keeping beets and carrots, no, not carrots, but beets and herbs, keeping little start so that I can plug them into spots, and possibly even some zucchini plants. That way I have a random opening, I can plant something in there. And this is bed 2 in the early spring, which I have a permanent asparagus bed in the back of it, which is about 2 feet of room. And then, of course, I planted all of this as fall garlic. And right now I transplanted some carrots, Nantes, saved from spring that didn't produce an actual root, or at least not a good root. And then Nebula, which didn't fully grow before now, which is mid to end November. And then I have sweet potatoes here, and I planted a bunch of red skin potatoes for fall potatoes. So those will be ready come like mid-July. Garlic again mid-July. And I have an open spot, so early spring, with all of that spinach, carrots, and beets, and kale, and bok choy and broccoli, I don't know what else to plant. I don't even know if I have enough spring seeds to plant anything. So if you have a suggestion there, I'm all ears. But again, mid-July, I skipped to mid-May because these will all be ready in July. I'll be planting more zucchini. Or, you know, whenever the harvest happens and I have space, I'll be planting zucchini. And then I got nothing. So, yeah, that is my planned out / intuitive gardening. If I have room, I'll have some random plants to put in. Hopefully I have a better growing this year than last year. These are my rough numbers of what I want to grow. But my peas, I do want to do peanuts. I'm researching right now what kind of peanuts I want to do. I don't really want to do something that's heavily cultivated right now, something that might be genetically modified or, yeah, sprayed with stuff. So I'm looking at wild jungle peanuts. And Lizique over in China has a striped one, which looks awesome, but I can't find any seeds for it. So I don't know what to do about my peanuts, but I'd love to grow them. And then I want to grow my own grains. Not necessarily wheat, because I can get cheap flour in the store and it's all about the damn same. Again, the amaranth, which is drought tolerant, and pound per plant is the highest grain apparently you can grow. Seeds are for the protein, and the leaves give you a good source of iron. So I'm happy about growing that this year. My flax, which you did not see on my other garden plan, I will be planting this probably underneath of my sycamore tree. I'm going to do a little more research to see how much water they like, but I'm going to plant that. Then oats. I love my oats. I'm a big oats person. I initially saw it said 60 days to maturity, and I'm just like all excited, and then I saw somewhere 120. So I don't know what oats are, but I want to grow oats, so I'm looking for oats as well as the peanuts. And I'm thinking of doing sorghum. I can make bread out of it, a flat bread. I wonder if perhaps I can make my savory breads, my quick breads, things that don't rise. So we'll see, a little bit more research. I know my brother is interested in growing his own wheat and possibly his own oats, so I sent him some resources. Sadly, I have no seeds to share. And I might talk to our local Amish community about getting some of their oat seed and possibly some of their other grain seeds. Obviously, it's been passed down for generations. But that's my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you can give me any sort of tips and tricks, or rather any sort of plants you recommend that I grow, My little drummer boy. You are using colored pencils to drum.
Red books. My room.
I'm not going into the bedroom. Bedroom's not for playing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.